from my side, we will perhaps not counter it. We will welcome it. We welcome any of the competition who wants to move into the India market, because more the merrier. In terms of the publishing house, in terms of the consoles, more the merrier, because the size of the pie is enormous. No point fighting over the bean that we have been able to etch out in the Indian market. Similarly, like when Xbox does marketing or PlayStation does marketing, I am regularly in touch with Microsoft people. We do not we compete in our own way in the retail channel, but we welcome each other's move, because the whole pie will get pushed up. The market is not in a stage of saturation that I will be afraid of like competition coming in. The other part of it is, you have heard of Wii and stuff, like, because like it's very active. You can actually play table tennis, you can actually play these games if you have a Nintendo console, which sounds very attractive. We have a same genre of game which we will be rolling out. Like you have seen SingStar, you will very soon see a game which is of the genre of iToy. So that is again like, you can jump into that game very fast. You stand in front of the TV, there are activities, you can do your fitment regime, you can actually play the games through your body actions. Everything that like has perhaps come to you about Wii is there in iToy. And incidentally, iToy came in much before this part of the competition came in. See, like currently, if I say like Indian gamers, the base is very small. Like none of the gamers, none of the games, if developed solely for India, will justify the investment that you are making. But at the same time, when you are developing it, you definitely keep in mind the impact it will have on the Indians in different parts of the world. You are looking at Indians, you are not looking at India. Its role for Indians in India is perhaps different from the role it plays for Indians in UK or Middle East or US, because they are expert gamers, or they are more matured gamers. They come from a more matured gaming economy. In our, like, this is very important because it allows people to jump into the game, experience a PlayStation game in the way they want to experience this game, and in the way they are habituated to experience this game, which is singing and competing, creating a Voice of India, creating a SingStar competition at home. At the same time, like you look at the hunger for this sort of content from the UK Indians is huge. Means there had been a lot of regional language released. The day one order, like we have launched it yesterday, between India, Middle East and UK. The day one order for SingStar Bollywood has surpassed many other regional languages, many other regional European languages, to the extent that the development team already is in talks with me, saying like, what next? What are the genres that we should look at? SingStar Bollywood, we don't have so much idea. So from India, you tell me like, what are the genres you are looking at? So which will get into the product development. I don't know whether it will go into a regional language. The opportunity is obviously there, but even in Bollywood, 30 songs of Bollywood I don't think defines Bollywood. Yeah. There can be SingStar Bollywood 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it can be 100. It can be SingStar Bollywood legends. It can be SingStar Bollywood actors, actresses, singer names. You name it. Bollywood is all about music. We looked at the hardcore games are not yet required to be localized. So you know it, I know it. But in terms of the social gaming aspect, where we want to invite anyone from my friend, family and all, we would love to have as much Indian content as possible. The next in line is a quizzing game that is coming out, which is called The Buzz. It is also like SingStar, it's a huge franchise internationally, and it works on the format of the KBC or the who will be a millionaire. Only thing in terms of the interactivity is much more fun, much more, because here it's not just about points. You can actually have the option when you win, like you can actually take away points from others. You choose who you want to get the points from, or you can say like this is a very tough question, I cannot answer, and has a negative, I want to pass it on to the third guy. So it is more interactive quiz, and has, so that will come into India. And there what we have done, like we have worked with Derek O'Brien and Indianized the content, like what 60% of the content has universal appeal, so that remains. Another 40% to 50% has been Indianized, so to make it relevant for the Indian market, so that is coming in. And these are only the baby steps, like over a period of time, like as the market grows, you will see even hardcore games getting into a lot of Indian content. Because if you look at Hollywood today, every big film franchise that comes out has a game of its own. You have a Harry Potter, you have a Spider-Man, you have a like a Simpson, you have a Surf's Up. It just requires the right type of developing guy in India, and these production houses will definitely see the value of the Bollywood IPs. We have not tied up anything here, like we are definitely sending out feelers and talking to people and all. It's too early to do it, because unless you have a developer base, developers who are willing to invest that time, just talking to the production houses doesn't make sense. You require the software guys who can do it, the animators who can do it. From Sony side, I am already in talks with our central development studio and all, in terms of like how we can more formalize these developer adoptions, how we can help them out with either development kit or training kit, how to port games, all those things we are in talks. So that's what I'm saying, like the business has a process cycle. You have to get all the bits of the business processes in place, then only the market grows. Like otherwise it doesn't grow out of consumer charity. See, two parts of it, one is a PlayStation Store and other is a PlayStation Network. Yeah, the PlayStation Network, we are happy to say, like we have not promoted. Like if you look at like yesterday, Xbox Live has been launched. We have not promoted PlayStation Network yet, though that is already there, like for Indians, and it's a free registration. And over a period of last, well, there are quite a few Indians who have registered, because anyone who buys a PS3, he is quite advanced. He is quite advanced. You don't have to market to him so much. He finds out all these aspects, and we have seen like whatever is our sales figure, at least 20% of them have actually registered on the PlayStation Network in their own ways. Yes, we will also do the PlayStation Store for India market. We are just holding it back. No rush here, because as you also just said before, like there is an infrastructural issue. We don't want to release a PlayStation Store in India and then people realize, okay, from the brand side they have done all, but the infrastructure doesn't allow me to like enjoy it to the fullest. Then the experience and the frustration is much more, and generally in these cases it gets directed towards the format owner than the infrastructure owner.